Guys, Ashley here, also on Stage League Fan. I'm back today with another video. I said I was going to do my thoughts on people thinking that Peyton should have been gay, be a lesbian, and when she yelled, I thought I was going to either do it later on today or tomorrow. I'm doing it later on today. I'm doing it today, right now, because that way I could just get the other two videos, actually the 3 more videos out. So that way, when those 3 videos are done, I could just talk about Gossip Girl. I'm going to talk about, if I don't do it tomorrow, probably next week, I'm going to talk about the double standards within the fandom. But I'm going to do Lucas and Peyton being overhated last. That needs to be talked about last, because 7 is going to be probably long. But today, I'm here to talk about all of a sudden people saying that Peyton should have been lesbian, and why me personally, I'm not a fan of that idea. So let me talk about it. The reason, to me, I feel like a lot of people are saying, like when I go on TikTok, a lot of people are saying Peyton and Anna were a missed opportunity to explore. To me, I've never been a fan of turning a character who is straight and all of a sudden someone who is struggling with their sexual identity, kissing them and making the character question their sexuality, because we've seen this before in other TV shows like Degrassi, for example, with Paige and Alex. Paige and Alex, I did enjoy them getting together, but the reason why that relationship never worked is because Paige was not a lesbian. Paige is not a lesbian, and Alex couldn't handle the fact that Paige wouldn't admit to being a lesbian because Paige wasn't. To Paige, it was confusing, and to her, maybe it was like experimenting, which there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with knowing what it's like to be with a female. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're in a situation like Paige, where yes, you care about this girl, you want to be with her, but yet you're not a lesbian. Because you gotta think about it. You've been dating guys all your life, having sex with them, and now you're kissing girls and having sex with a girl. It's confusing. It's a confusing territory. What are you? Are you straight? Are you lesbian? Are you bi? It's just a lot. So to me, I'm just not a fan of a character who's always known what their sexuality was, all of a sudden being confused by another character who is questioning their sexuality. I never had a problem with Peyton and Anna being friends. And still to this day, I've always known that Anna was going to develop feelings for Peyton because it was very obvious. Peyton wasn't judgmental. Peyton was open-minded, and she listened to Anna. And I think Anna felt very comfortable. And I think Anna just decided to lay the kiss on her. And it was obvious that she was going to do that. Me, because they're even making a list for couples that should have been a thing, but once you're here, never put them together. And I'm thinking, like, why? Why would Anna and Peyton need to be a relationship? Why would they need to be a relationship? Only for Anna to leave anyway. What would be the reason? Now, I don't want people to think that I'm sounding like something against gay people. I don't have nothing against gay people. Like, I say this all the time because I have to address it because you don't want people to get the wrong idea. I am the least homophobic person you will ever meet. I have nothing against gay people. Absolutely nothing against them. Live your life. I'm living mine. That's how I feel. You being gay ain't gonna stop me from paying my rent, paying my bills, paying my phone bill, nothing. Because you have this guy on TikTok who make once you hear rants. He said he felt like the writers messed up Peyton's journey by not having her explore the kiss with Anna. And it's like, Peyton knows she's not gay. That's why it didn't go anywhere when Anna kissed her. When Peyton, I keep saying Paige, when Peyton said, no, Anna is cool, but she don't roll that way. I feel like turning Peyton gay would have messed up the storyline with Lucas. And yes, I am a diehard Lathan shipper. I feel like her being gay, if they that should say, so what would she have been gay for? Would she have been a lesbian for a season and got over it and said it was just a phase? Like, I need to ask fans these questions because people are saying that she should have been a lesbian. It's like, what would have been the end game to that? What would have been the point of that? To me personally, I just don't see the point of it. And me and my mom, we were talking about this, and she said the reason why she thinks only reason they would have considered that is because Peyton was very dark into herself, which that does make a lot of sense because you see that a lot with characters too now is that people assume that you might be a lesbian because you're kind of to yourself or a gay because you're kind of to yourself, and I could understand why people might have had assumed Peyton was a lesbian because she's kind of to herself, she's dark, she's kind of brooding, but it's like that don't mean she's not into guys. Since when, if you to yourself, you're gay or a lesbian? I don't know, maybe that's a 2000 thing, a mid-2000s thing. Me personally, if they would have done that, I don't know. Let's just say things are different in the show, and Anna did stay, and Felix did leave, and they were to explore Peyton and Anna. Would people have been satisfied with that? I mean, yeah, they did have chemistry. I will agree with that. They did have chemistry, and I could understand why people shipped that. I could understand why people shipped that. I want to admit they did have chemistry, but to me, I never got the sense that the writers were going to make that relationship. It was more of like a friendship, and Anna kissed Peyton because she felt comfortable with her, which is nothing wrong with that either. She felt very comfortable around Peyton. Peyton wasn't judgmental. Her and Lucas really welcomed her in and really kept her secret. Like, when she told Lucas, he said he wouldn't tell anybody. And I really liked him and Anna's friendship. Lucas, period. I really liked the friendship. I honestly, coming on here, I honestly thought I was going to have more to say, but really, I kind of don't have a lot to say because, to me, I feel like a lot of people think it like this in the fandom is very random. You're allowed to think what you want. You're entitled to think what you want. But to me, I just feel like, what would have been the end game of Peyton being a lesbian? To me, personally, I think the reason why I think it's a bad idea is because we wouldn't have it would have been no reason of the love triangle at that point. If you're telling me season one is all we get with the love triangle, we wouldn't have got Lucas and Peyton. We probably would have gotten Lucas and Brooke as endgame. Jake and Peyton, their story would have not been continued, which me personally, I did enjoy, but her and Jake are not endgame. So I just feel like if they would have had turned Peyton lesbian, it would have messed up the whole dynamic of what they were going for of the show towards the end. No love triangle, no Lathan. Lucas and Brooke probably would have been in game, and her and Jake, their storyline would have been pointless. So, to me personally, I just don't like the idea of people saying that Peyton should have been a lesbian, because to me, I think it's stupid, and that just wasn't part of her character journey. It wasn't. I get it if you wanted them to try something a little bit different. I think, to me, One Tree Hill was a little bit more safe when it came to its writing and presentation. Yes, they did go there, but not to the extent of like how Degrassi went there, or how shows like Euphoria or 13 Reasons Why are, kind of out there. It wasn't like that. It was a little bit more safe. And me personally, that's I really like how One Tree Hill kind of handled things, because in shows like Euphoria, and it's probably some other shows too, I'm thinking like Skins, those shows, I'm going to just say, especially Skins, that show is really overrated. People really, really overrate the hell out of Skins. And Effie is the only interesting thing about that show. The only interesting thing. And her character, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think she ever gets better. I think all they do is romanticize her situation, where she is mentally. Shows like Euphoria and Skins, they really do not address the problems in a way that is healthy, in a way that people can, get related to it. Like, in Skins, don't mean to get off track, but it's kind of my point here. In Skins, there's a girl in there, I think Cassie, she has anorexia. She don't eat, she don't like to eat. they really romanticized her whole not eating thing. And to me, I thought it was very triggering because not that I have no anorexia, but because it's just like, how can you romanticize the eating disorder? This is something that women are going through repeatedly and on a daily basis, and you're romanticizing it with scenes about her not eating, her boyfriend telling her that she don't need to eat. He's even telling her she don't need to eat or he wants her to eat, and it's just like, it's so disturbing. Like, I think there was a scene where she took pills and she almost overdosed, and like they completely like they romanticized the whole scene, like they glamorized it with her like spinning around and like it's like sunshine and like I don't get it. I'm okay with cinematography and you taking us through the emotions of her getting high, but like this is a dark moment. Shouldn't there be like, I don't know, her feeling the effects, her maybe she wants to take her own life, maybe she's coming to accept it, maybe she don't understand what's happening. I just didn't get it. I think Skins is really overrated. I probably am never going to talk about it on this channel because it was really hard for me to get into it like the first two couple of seasons because it was really boring. And like I said, I really just thought Effie was just the most interesting thing about the show towards the end. I know that show had like 7 seasons. I didn't watch that far. I think I watched like seasons 3 and 4, and that was it for me. Like I said, I did watch the first 2 seasons, but it was just so boring. Like, they focus on characters who don't matter. They don't address problems right. Everything is romanticized. It's just a UK version of Euphoria, literally. When someone said that, I'm thinking like, yeah, it's really just a UK version of Euphoria, except it doesn't have like nice aesthetic. Everything looks kind of, dirty with the filming. Now, my issues with Euphoria, another show that I'm never going to talk about on this channel, don't expect me to. That show glamorized, romanticized everything. It does not address a lot of the issues that is wrong with society, and when it comes to being a teen in general. So yeah, I just like One Tree Hill a little bit. Sorry that I paused there. My dad. I just like One Tree Hill was more safe. It just knew how to address things in a way that wasn't gonna make people uncomfortable, or in a way that wasn't going to romanticize or glamorize anything. They just knew how to address things better. And like, I didn't mean to get off track, but to me, I just feel like I wouldn't have been okay with Peyton being a lesbian. Like, it probably would have been, it is what it is, but to me, I feel like if they would have made her lesbian, it would have just ruined the writing at that point. That's how I would have taken it, not like, oh, I don't want to be gay because I don't think there's gay people. To me, mostly the reason why I feel like I wouldn't want Peyton to be gay is because Anna was really a one-dimensional character. She was very bland. Say what you want about Jake. Some people don't care for Jake. Jake was actually way more complex. Like, that's why it made a lot more sense for Jake to come back and be her love interest over Anna, because Anna was very bland. Her entire character was her sexual identity, and to me, that's very dry. Give me something more with this character, about her home life. Tell me more about her. Like, she talked about her school, but I would have loved they would have went more in depth with it. Like, have a girl from her old school move into town and like, was she like, that would have been interesting if they would have done that in the show. She was so one dimensional. I just wasn't feeling Anna. Jake was way more complex. He had the stuff with him being a teenage dad. He had the stuff with Nikki. He had the whole, we know Jake's story. So, in closing, I just want to say, if you think Peyton should have been a lesbian, that's all you, that's your thinking. To me, another thing I didn't mention is that I feel like a lot of people, reason why they wanted her to be is because a lot of people just don't like Peyton and Lucas as characters. A lot of people say they don't like them as a couple because they just don't like how it's in their face, but that's like kind of the point. So, in closing, I just want to say, if you think Peyton should have been lesbian, that's all on you in the fandom. But if you're someone who watched this video, I want you to explain to me what would have been the end-game process of Peyton being lesbian. What would have really been the reason for her to be a lesbian? To me, I'm not a fan of it because I feel like it would have messed up what they were going to do for the show, like, writing-wise. Like, can y'all imagine if Lucas and Brooke would have been in game? I definitely would have. I definitely would have stopped watching the show if they would have done that. Definitely would have stopped watching. Like, that definitely would have made me stop watching if they would have made Brooke and Lucas in game. But to me, I can understand the appeal of people shipping her and Anna, but because they had chemistry and they did have a vibe. But to me, I never really saw her as anything more but a tight friendship. And to have a friendship, you should have chemistry with somebody. It doesn't have to always be romantically. That's another problem too. People want to ship everyone. People can't just be friends. But her and Anna did have chemistry, and I don't ship it, and I'm not really a fan of people thinking that Peyton should have been a lesbian, and that's just how I feel. That's where it stays. And if you don't like it, hey, it is what it is. Thanks for listening, and see you guys next time.